I said, hey, how's your day? It's your boy Zxous and we back with Nikke. Hey, it's your boy Zxous and we're back with another Goddess of Victory Nikke video. And obviously with the anniversary coming up, I really wanted to talk about this like maybe months ago. I mentioned this maybe, I think around the half year anniversary, but I really wanted to talk about this when the anniversary came around and it's finally around. So I essentially waited like 6 months for this video. But it's basically my thoughts on the roadmap of Nikke, right? Because obviously we're hitting 1 year. I want to talk about how they, did with their events and going about certain events. And then obviously if, what I expect them to do next year as well. Now, one thing is we're not going to have full confirmation on how they plan on doing the roadmap until the second year anniversary, because we need after the first year, we now have a blueprint of what we are, like what we have. Or how do I word this? We have a blueprint of the events, right? And like when they drop certain characters, certain limited certain characters, etc., right? But we need a whole nother year to see if they're going to copy that exact same game plan, right? The roadmap, essentially. So for me personally, I think they went about their events perfectly. I think they kind of spaced out must summons and skip banners in a perfect way. And I've said this multiple times throughout maybe months ago. I think 4 months ago was the last time I said this, really. But I said this multiple times a lot, like 4 months ago, 3 months ago, near the half anniversary, right? But I think they do a great job, or they did a great job, at having events go around. So we're going to talk about this stuff and, talk about it and get my thoughts. Make sure you guys subscribe, trying to get 8,000 subscribers by the end of the month. We're close. We're almost at 3 or 7.7, so subscribe. But let's talk about it, right? So first off, let's go over the events that were skips and must summons, right? So I would say the no collar ID was a skip, the high tech toy was a skip. Now these characters weren't bad, but they were definitely skips because, well, I guess the no collar ID was the first banner, so you could consider it a must summon, but it was a skip realistically. The Miracle Snow banner was technically a skip because we didn't know how limiteds were going to go, but we're only going to include it as a must summon because we now know, I guess, that, limiteds are not gonna come back until thing, right? If these characters on the Miracle Snow event don't rerun, which is the Anne and the Rupee, we know for a fact that these characters just won't rerun. Because if we had to wait a whole year for Christmas to come back around and they haven't rerun, when are they going to rerun? In 2 years, 3 years? I think a year is a great time, especially if they only have one banner. Rupee and Anne were out for only 2 weeks out of 52 weeks of the year, right? So 50 weeks have passed and you're telling me they're not going to rerun? That's what we have to really wait to see, right? But I would say, okay, let's just say this was a skip because of the first event. So the first 3 events of Nikke were skipped. The brand new year event was a must summon. That's when Modernia dropped, right? Modernia did drop on this event. It was a must summon. Modernia is arguably, right now in my opinion and many other people's opinion, the best character in the game, but it's arguable she's either 2 or 1, right? That's what it is. She's either number 1 or 2. In my eyes, and actually in a lot of people's eyes, she is number 1. You guys let me know who you think is the better unit in the game, her, Scarlet, or who do you think the best unit in the game is? If it's not one of those two, let me know in the comments down below, right? But Modernia was like the first must summon banner, and we obviously back then leaks were so much more heavy, so we knew Modernia was going to be coming out soon as well, right? We already knew all this stuff, so I guess you could say it was guaranteed a must summon there, and everything else was a skip, essentially, right? The D Outsider event was a skip. The Maid in Valentine event was a skip. Now the Chainsaw Man collab was a must summon only in the sense it was a collab, right? So we know for a fact this is something, it's a one-time thing, guaranteed. This is something that most likely will never rerun because it's a collab, right? And honestly, I wouldn't want them to rerun collabs, if you want me to be so honest with you guys. I personally hate the fact of games getting a rerun of collab because that means there was an opportunity of a new collab. I'd rather have new collabs over reruns personally. That's why I say when a collab happens, just summon for them because they're most likely never going to come back, especially in Nikke's case. They don't even rerun characters. As of right now, they don't even rerun characters from their own game. So to say that a Chainsaw Man collab is going to rerun, right? As of right now, it's a bit silly. But you could say the Chainsaw Man collab was a must summon because it was a collab. Bow Wow Paradise was a skip. Cherry Blossom was a skip. Full Days wasn't a banner. The License to Kill was a skip, and then Overzone was a must summon because that's when Dorothy ended up dropping, right? Oh, shoutouts to Loot and Waifus also. This is his website. If you guys want to go check it out, just search up lootandwaifus.com, or I'll leave the link in the description as well, or in the pinned comment so you guys can go to this website. It's a perfection website for all the events and ideas and reviews and everything that you need, right? So, yeah, but this is when Scarlet or Dorothy ended up dropping, and I would say, honestly, she was a must summon, right? Dorothy is a top 5 character in the game, guaranteed. Right, the Bunny X777 was a must summon as well. These characters are top 10 characters in the game. You know, if we combine both of them together, they're probably top 3, but we can't do that obviously. But after Overzone, I know Bunny Girls were a must summon. There was no way you were skipping this, man. They're way too good. Queen Orders was a skip. Blue Water Island was a skip. Naya of Paradise was a skip. Golden Ship was a skip, and then See You Again was actually a must summon on Summer and Niche side. She was a fantastic character, and especially for a lot of players who did not have Scarlet, that was the biggest like W for a lot of those players who don't have Scarlet, because Summer and Niche was basically another version of Scarlet. She did insane numbers, and then obviously when you do pull Scarlet, you can run both of them, and she will be supporting Scarlet. She was a fantastic character, and she still is a fantastic character. I can't wait for us to like finally, after so long, redo the tier list, the general tier list. We did it a long time ago, and I put that video, and a lot of people agreed with that rankings. But from that time we did that tier list, which was after the half anniversary till now, we've gotten so much more characters. So we're gonna see. You guys, well, I'll have a live stream set up for that and stuff like that. Right, first attraction was just a Modernia skin. I would say Nier and School of Lock are must summons. Obviously, School of Lock more of a must summon if you don't have the Bunny Girls. Even if you have the Bunny Girls and you participate in Solo Raid and Union Raid, I would say it was a must summon. But again, a lot of people are probably gonna skip this banner and maybe not summon. I think a lot of people did summon, right? But it would be understandable if you skip because of the anniversary, right? So I would say in total we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 must summon events, right? And I'm not counting Miracles to Know because again, that was the first limited banner. We didn't know how it was gonna go. That was the 3rd banner ever to release. We did not know how banners were really gonna go out and stuff like that, right? But after we found out, then we knew for every other limited banner, it was a must summon basically. So I would say we had 7 must summon banners, and then that means everything else was a skip, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? Let's count Miracle Snow as a must summon, right? So 8 must summons, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 skip banners, right? And I also like the way they put out banners. So we've had a total of 3 pilgrims this year, summonable pilgrims. Well, we're going to have 3 summonable pilgrims this year, and then 1 free-to-play pilgrim. We actually got a free-to-play pilgrim during the Cherry Blossom event, which was Nihilister. So next year around this time as well, I guess it's not posted here. No, Nihilister came out around this event, right? Yeah, she did, but it's not there on the website. The thing is, I'm expecting next year around that same time for Alio to be the next Liberation character that they decide to give out for free, right? It just makes sense. I would really like it like that, right? 1 free-to-play pilgrim every year doesn't seem out of the question. It doesn't even seem greedy in my opinion because they don't even have many pilgrim banners. So 1 free-to-play pilgrim banner every year, or not banner, but 1 free-to-play pilgrim every year is very nice in my opinion. We've had a total of 3 pilgrims a year, which was obviously New Year's, which is expected, half anniversary and anniversary. If they do that again next year, that's going to be good because we know exactly when pilgrims are going to drop, and we know exactly how much we need to save or how long we need to save for those pilgrims, right? So if they redo that, we know after the anniversary, the next pilgrim most likely will be New Year's, which it isn't out of the question. Actually, I genuinely believe the New Year's pilgrim will be Crown, which makes the most sense. Red Hood for anniversary, Crown for New Year's, Alio for the Liberation pilgrim, and then for the half anniversary will probably be that Camel pilgrim or even Chime. I don't think people want Chime. Maybe like they're realistic because Chime doesn't look like a pilgrim, so people don't want Chime, but she is a pilgrim at the end of the day, right? She can be very broken. I don't know when they're gonna drop Chime, but you know what I mean, right? So I think in terms of the roadmap, they did a great job. I think they did a fantastic job. I think their spacing in terms of godly characters and just okay characters, like, because realistically, License to Kill, for example, in this period of time, Alice was there. So that was like a kind of a must summon for a lot of people who didn't have Alice. And then D was a great character for Modernia, right? The Modernia boss, she's a fantastic character. I would say the best character for the Modernia boss is D, because her whole thing is for the Modernia boss specifically, right? She makes it very easy for a lot of players. So this could have been a must summon for a lot of players in terms of, you know, not being able to clear the Modernia boss and then having that insane DPS being Alice, right? But again, these were characters that are, you know, you could get over time. They didn't need to be put right there and then, and that's kind of what I was going with when I say must summons or not, right? All these other banners, like a lot of these other banners, you have to summon for them right there and then, right? Realistically, the bunny girls are characters you could get over time, but so many people complain saying they have one of the two, right? They have Blanc or they have Noir, and they're still trying their luck to get the other two, right? And it's going to be the same thing with the School of Lock. That's why I'm saying it's a must summon now, because you're guaranteed them now, at least in some way, of like some shape or form, right? You're guaranteed them somehow. After their banner goes away, you're not guaranteed them. I hate when people say just skip them because they're on the wish list, because that doesn't mean jack. Yan has been on my wish list since literally the beginning of the game, and I've yet to pull her. So help me understand what we're talking about, right? The wish list doesn't guarantee the character. It just gives you a higher chance of pulling them, or it doesn't even give you a higher chance of pulling them. It just means if you were to pull an SSR, the characters on your wish list are the the pool selections, right? It doesn't mean it's guaranteed the bunny girls, doesn't mean nothing like that. So yeah, I think their spacing was great, and I would love for them to actually just copy and paste this exact formula next year. So around February, the end of February, we have a collab. New Year's, we have a Pilgrim. We have another Pilgrim Half Annie and Anniversary, and then we have the summer events. In terms of the bunny girls, like after the half anniversary, I don't know if I would mind them having another set of broken characters after the half anniversary. They could definitely do that. But the days they had their collabs, I would like to see that again next year. The days they had their pilgrims, I would definitely love to see that next year. And then whatever else they decide to do, go ahead and do it. They're seasonals, by all means, it's seasonal, so that's already like set in stone. But everything else, you guys definitely let me know what you think. Let me know what your favorite event was. Let me know what you guys thought were must summons and skips. And definitely answer my question, which is, who do you guys think the best character in the game is? Modernia, Scarlet, or whoever you think it is. But for now, it's your boys, Zxous, and hey, I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, not cap. I'll see you guys later today. We're going to be doing Tia summons, all that good stuff. I'm out. Peace.